Hello and welcome to Mega March 4?
Has it been that long?
It's either 4 or 3.
You'll edit in post.
Yo,
Yeah, we'll
Mega
fix it
March.
in post.
Mega March.
Welcome to Mega March.
Welcome all.
Hey.
And this year we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about Ruby Spears Mega Man because
Why
I
not?
think it's a fun subject.
There's no gameplay? What's going on?
Oh, you'll see the gameplay
Okay, alright.
Okay.
on our weekend streams.
Okay.
But yeah, Ruby Spears Mega Man, there's going to be guests. There's going to be fun.
Yay.
But let's just start with the first episode. I watched it with Maria and Greg.
Hello.
Hi.
They're here. And we're just going to talk about it.
Yep.
Alright.
So, for a first episode, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You know, honestly, when did they come out?
94.
94, wow. Because when I remember watching it, I remember like just catching random episodes on syndicated TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen the pilot episode, and that's a good pilot episode. It takes you, there's no like slow burn. It goes right, the action starts immediately. You know what the premise in the world talks is about. It's about, robotics. There's robots everywhere, not just Dr. Wily's robots. And they take over the airport. They want to cause destruction and mayhem. Mega Man's got to save the day. You know the story, the plot, and the action all within like a couple minutes.
Yeah, you got all the... Like, you got your characters, you got your good
Yeah,
guys, your
yeah,
bad
you got your
guys.
synopsis, you got,
Yeah.
the 3-act stories right there, and that's a good pilot episode.
Mhm. And it also gives all the backstory.
Exactly.
So, I
It
think...
feels longer
I think
than 20 minutes or whatever.
But in a good way. In a good
in a
way.
good way, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, filler padding.
Yeah, because there was just a lot of information coming at you, but
Yeah.
it wasn't, like, boring information.
Because there was, like, 6 commercial breaks. That's what it felt like.
There was only
like,
Yeah.
one. Or
Yeah.
two commercial breaks, I think.
something like that.
But, yeah, it was just really fun. It set you up really well, and I like how the robots that Wily comes with at the beginning are all the robots from Mega Man 1.
Yeah.
Except Iceman's not there in the beginning, but he shows up later.
Yeah.
Or, as Greg called him while we were watching, he called him the Job Squad.
Yeah, because I remember, like, watching random episodes. Whenever, like, Wily's goons would always be at least Gutsman and Cupman.
Oh, yeah.
They always get their ass kicked.
Yeah, they're always there.
Exactly, so they're always there all the time.
I like how I guess a nod to the games. I'm not really sure where the name came from, but Proto Man calls Mega Man the Blue Bomber, and
yeah,
I don't know
right.
like where that name started. Like if it was in like promotional materials.
Mhm.
'Cause I don't think it's ever in the actual games, but it's in like things talking about the games.
Cause I remember hearing Blue Bomber like in magazines. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't actually hear it in the show. Not that I remember. It's been so long.
Right, but it's really funny how Wily is always like anytime you see him, he's like just like hunched over, like just a bad guy.
Stereotypical. Like,
Yeah,
I'm the villain.
He's got the arms in his face.
It's like
and he's
highlighted
just so
underneath
funny.
him. Like, I'm the villain who's a highlighter.
Even
You
his
know
hair is like disheveled, like a crazy
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Evil scientist.
scientist.
Exactly.
Scientist man.
So, one thing that I've noticed, thinking back on the show, and especially comparing it to the other shows we're really familiar with, which was, Super Mario Brothers,
Right.
All those shows. There's no music from the games, which
You're
is
right.
really, like when you think of Mega Man now,
Uh-huh.
you think of the music.
There's no singing in every episode. That's what. I'm glad you bring up this discussion, dude, because like you're right. There's no singing in every episode.
Mhm.
There's no music. I hear like stock footage and I hear like the sound effects when he shoots.
Yeah.
But I think that's like stock or that particular like cartoon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like sound effects.
But it's just so weird because, like, Mega Man games, like, this was 94, so Mega Man X was out at this point,
Yeah.
so I think it was up to 5?
His boots remind me of X.
Yeah, they do.
So I don't know if that will have anything to do with that or whatever.
I don't know, it might have been. But it's just so weird that they didn't pull any music from it, but the music that's in there is really fun. Like, it's...
I feel like part of it sounds kind of stock almost, like the little sound cues are pretty stock.
Yeah, most of the sound cues, but, like, Rush's theme is so funny.
The
Yeah, I
battle
always laugh
between,
at it.
I know we're kind of skipping a little bit, but the battle between Proto Man and Mega Man, it gets like tense.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can hear it, like,
yeah,
change all of a
it's-
sudden.
Yeah, it's like
It's
the
not,
Proto
it's,
Man
not,
theme.
it's not the opening theme, but like playing in the background because I was hearing that earlier a couple of times. I know it does that a lot, like every show.
But when he comes out, it's like, and like he grabs like that power, like Gutsman's power. It's like, oh dang.
Yeah,
It's about to go down. It's about to
dang.
go down.
it's really cool to see Proto Man copy someone's power, because I don't think he does that again in the whole series.
Really? Because I remember when we were
Really?
watching that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What the heck? I
Yeah.
like freaked out. 'cause
And
I
just
don't-
made him super buff.
Yeah,
It
big
was
arm,
really
dude.
cool.
He doesn't skip arm day, dude.
Mhm. You know, I really like the designs for Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. I think in any other media, I think it's like the perfect designs for them.
Mhm.
Because like they look recognizable, but they also look unique, you know?
Yeah.
Like especially Dr. Light, like that was the design I was so familiar with for so long, because I didn't have any of the NES games growing up.
Yeah, because your exposure to Mega Man was actually through the show, right?
It was the
First
cartoon and then Mega Man X.
Okay, because
And then
I knew
Mega Man 2 on Game Boy.
Yeah, because
something
I think
like
I got the Mega Man X game on Super Nintendo, and I remember seeing maybe I played like the old like a couple Mega Man games, like maybe 5 and 6, maybe or maybe one of those, or the one on Game Boy. So I knew who Mega Man was when I saw the cartoon, but it's not my first exposure to it. But would you say, you know, from the outside, were you hooked when you saw it?
Oh yeah,
The first
like
time?
like I think everyone kind of had that friend that would be like, oh, you know, like that older friend that would be like,
Right.
oh, here's this thing that you should
Get
see.
into, yeah.
Like I had it was the same friend for Mega Man and like Final Fantasy and just
Nice.
like all this stuff that I was really into. But like this was a long time ago. I was probably like 4 or something. You know,
Oh,
he
gosh.
showed me the cartoon.
Aging yourself, bro.
Yeah, but you know, it is how it is. But you know, he showed me the cartoon. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And he like told me about the games. I guess he had like probably rented them a couple of times or something.
Nice.
But yeah. So like I was hooked. Like for me, at that age, like that's what Mega Man was. You know, it was plasma power. It was.
I got your power, and I'm
you
gonna
know,
use it against
yeah,
you.
yeah. You know, and then like when I played Mega Man X, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
You know, there's something to this.
Yeah. Would you say I don't see any? I mean, no thing is perfect, but for the most part, I think that pilot episode shows you what you need to know about Mega Man.
Oh yeah.
it pretty much just sums it up.
Exactly.
Just that
Here's
one
the
episode.
adventures, you know?
Mhm.
That's a great pilot episode. Because I've seen other pilot episodes or other shows, and I'm like, okay, that's a slow burn. Like, no, this is Mega Man.
Yeah.
Here it is. There's going to be many adventures. You know, Wily's going to have other robots out there to, you know, defeat Mega Man and take over the world or whatever. So, yeah, I enjoyed the pilot episode. I don't have any qualms or anything against it.
Mm.
Just some of the facial textures are kind of weird, but I'm
Yeah.
sure that there is some
Yeah.
type of limitation in the budget.
Like
Well,
Mega Man's eye when he's like, I like it. He looks
and
so
his,
dirty.
and his face froze like for a bit. you know?
Well, early '90s American animation.
Yeah,
like you can
so-
go back and watch like Ninja Turtles and
or
stuff.
video
and
power,
it's-
like the Power Team, or
Yeah.
like Super Mario, like
Mighty
Luigi's
Max.
eyes.
yeah,
Mighty Max
just
for
yeah,
that.
pretty much anything from that era. Like
Yeah.
I think for the era, it's good to very good.
Uh-huh.
You know, like overall.
Mhm.
But that's my recollection. You know, did you notice? All right, let's get back to the actual story of the episode.
Yeah.
So you know, it's doing the flashback. Like Mega Man gets like knocked out, and he like starts having a flashback. So, how does he have a flashback to before he was born? Oh no, Dr. Light's telling the story. That's right.
Yeah.
So when it shows young Proto Man, like I don't know if this is one of those things that I would notice that like you guys might not.
Mm-hmm.
But the Proto Man design used in the cartoon, like he's got the briefs that
Uh-huh.
Mega Man does.
Yeah.
But Proto Man in the games, he just has a red band,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have
Oh
underwear.
yeah.
So like the young Proto Man just had the red band,
Mhm.
and then the no briefs. But when he's like older,
Mhm.
he's copying Mega Man's design.
Grew in age in 3 months. That
He
was
got
quick.
dressed.
Took him only 3 months.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. But I saw a design sheet, like a character design sheet
Mhm.
for that Proto Man, and he was originally supposed to have just the band. So maybe that was just like a late change, and they already had the young one done. It's like
Yeah.
Like, hurry up, we got a
Yeah.
deadline or whatever.
I mean, who knows? But I kind of like it because it gives it its own unique flavor.
Like I like to know like behind the scenes. Like I don't know how the DVD that you got. I don't know if there's any behind the scenes footage or anything like
I
that.
don't think so. But
Yeah, no, I
Because-
think it's just kind of
Like just hear the episodes. That's it.
Yeah, I think
Subtitles.
so.
yeah.
Okay. I just always curious because I like hearing, like you said, the concept art, like the cutaways. Those are concept art, like you told me, right?
Yeah,
Or
at least the
it looks like
coloring
it.
and the design.
Especially Rush. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, Rush, and then
Yeah.
Mega Man having
It
flesh
looked
colored
like
hands.
Snoopy skin or whatever.
Remember when Dr. Light got knocked down?
Oh my god.
Can you? I don't know if you can post.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
here's a picture
here's
of it.
a picture of it. Like, how in the world is an elderly man supposed to survive that? Like, he would have like broken knee, like maybe like
and his
fractured
leg was overextended,
neck,
dude.
and like, oh my god, like he gonna need a lot
Somebody
of work.
call
done.
AARP or something like that.
Yeah. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. I need life.
And then immediately after the cutaway,
I
that's a
need light
cartoon
alert.
show. I know it's a cartoon show, but like he gets that, Dr. Light pushes the thing down, and he falls, and then he gets up immediately the next scene, like there's no pain.
I know.
Yeah, it was like the next day.
Is he a robot too?
He slept it off. Go ahead.
Or maybe he just like he got bored one day and he just like, I want more robot parts, so he gave him his body robot parts.
That's why he wears a jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's why.
We're
and he always
expanding the
wears
lore.
the pants,
The extended universe.
Yeah.
And it's just his head that's the real the real thing.
Wow.
Everything else is robotic. He's like a cyborg.
Reploid REVO, take note. This is the real lore right
We'll vote in the comments below.
here. I love when rock and roll get taken away, and Light is like, no, not rock and roll! Like he's like the crotchety old man.
Yeah.
And he's like, what would Dr. Wily
Old
want with
man.
rock and roll?
Old man Samson.
I always like that line. I think it's funny. But dude, Wily is just on point.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
I
Evil
love him.
dude.
The voice, just the way he moves, the laugh. The laugh needs to come back.
Yeah.
Like Mega Man 12 or X9, it should do like a flashback that has that laugh.
It costs a lot of money for McNeil to do that.
Did you notice that when Rock and Roll are tied up, Roll calls him Dr. Dickhead?
Does he really?
It sounds like it. Like
You
go
gotta
back and
go
watch
back.
the episode.
Yeah, put the subtitles on.
Yeah,
But
like
what did she call him, Dr. Duckhead?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
Something
because
head.
I thought I
Dr. Dickhead.
Hey, if that was the case.
Jerkhead.
Yeah, if that was the case, and no wonder we never saw the pilot.
Yeah, well, hey, remember when Captain Lou was cussing out Luigi? So
Yeah, you forgot.
What? He was cussing out Luigi.
He said I'm effort him.
Did he really?
So let's see. We're getting to the end, but this interpretation of Mega Man before a lot of the canon was established, especially in the West.
Right.
Like Mega Man is more like X because he seems to be more free thinking.
Right.
Like he's not bound to robotic limitations.
Right.
So I think it's more of a medium between classic and X. Like as far as how it's
his
interpreted.
appearance, he doesn't look like a little boy. He looks like a teenager, young adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, he doesn't abide to strictly to the rules of robotics or whatever the case may be there. He definitely has a big heart. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to take care and save the world. Beat the bad guys up.
Yeah. But good interpretation of Mega Man.
Yeah.
I kind of like how he's. I need to word this right. I like how he starts off as kind of sexist against Roll. He's like, "Oh, you're a girl, you can't help me," But it's that's typical '90s cartoon.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, he's like, "You're not gonna listen if I say no. Come on."
Yeah.
She helps.
And she does help. She meets
Elecman.
Elecman. She blends him to death.
Yeah.
Oh my
Will
god.
it blend?
Elecman
Will
had
it
no
blend?
chance.
I know. He's like.
So Maria, this is a question for you. Does Roll's weapon set women's movements back or forward? Because she's she's kicking robots in the robots, but it's also based on household equipment and stuff. So what do you your personal opinion? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's pretty clever, but another part of me is just that's the lamest thing ever. What the heck?
If I had a super vacuum on my arm, I wouldn't complain at all.
And or maybe she was just what am I gonna make? So she's looking around the room and she saw a vacuum. Let me try and take that apart and put it on my arm. That sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
But I think that about wraps it up.
Is she a robot? She's smart. She could have came up with something else.
She is a robot. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Episode 1, really good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You're not giving it a rating or anything like that, right?
Give it 6 Robot Masters out of 6.5. I don't know.
Like a little
because nothing's
man,
perfect.
emoji or whatever.
But yeah, it's a good episode. And I think the best portion was when Wile E. took over the airport and he just had his face on the planes. Like, that's just great.
Yeah.
It was such a good
Hey,
shot.
I want to fly on Wiley Airlines. or whatever.
Join us next time, Mega Heads, for our next Mega March episode.
Yep.
On episode 2.
See you then.
Bye.
Rock and roll.
I get it.